and you hit the button, and you go live. There we go. All right, let's see. And there we are. We are live. Grrrr. Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods, and sometimes is able to get online, and sometimes, you know what, the Wi-Fi doesn't really cooperate with Bear, but we checked it out. We're actually here. We're live here tonight, so hopefully you're able to check out the channel and let Bear know what he's doing right. And of course, and as always, what he's doing wrong. Yes, indeed. All right, so we're actually trying to finish up the show that we were trying to do the other day here. So we started out on the show. Normally we'll do kind of a little jibber jabber as it is right before the show, kind of let everybody kind of come in and whatnot. But man, oh man, do we have a very full show here today, because we're making up time from the last time here. So let's just go ahead get right on into it. I actually had 1 second here, people. Campaign updates. There we are. I forgot to put in the Alterna update here for everybody, but basically go check out the Alterna comics on the old Indiegogo there. They've got the winter, I think they call it the winter 2021 selection of books out. So if you want to check it out, go ahead and do so. Actually, go and check Bear's previous box open. Some great stuff there. So you can see some of the books that they have that will be coming out. I don't know how you would describe it, kind of volume 3 or volume 2 of the books there. So they'll take like a downcast up there. They'll take the normal book and kind of divide it up into smaller sections or chapters or something like that. So anyways, if you like some of those books, or if you want to check out some of the stuff, do check it out. Let's see. Wolfsea and Batsea, Mighty Mascots, that's kind of interesting. T-Bird and Throttle, amongst others as well. Of course, Downcast in there. It came out on a Wednesday, so there you go. There is the very brief update here for Alterna Comics here. So I think the last time we were up to, the black and white stuff here. So we've got some stuff from RT Bear. Why are we looking at this stuff? We can actually look at some very cool artwork from RT Bear. Let me just kind of read some of it in case the last time it didn't go through here. So he says, Happy New Year. 2022 is going to be a stellar year. I hope so. We hope each and every one of you has had a wonderful holiday season, and celebrating can be exhausting. Yes, it can. So we were a little behind on our updates. He says, however, we believe this update will be worth the wait. And of course, he shows off some artwork. And I kind of agree with art. Definitely some next level stuff there. I mean, Art went in there and kind of hit his head on the block, and then all of a sudden a mushroom popped out, and I mean, he went to the next level here. He definitely grew up a little bit there. So there you go. He says, I'm putting everything into these pages, and I'm loving the results. I hope it meets with your approval. Yes, indeed. It meets, and actually sometimes exceeds Bear's approval there. Actually, the other thing here, real quick, that I need to show here. Let me get off of that, and go back to that, because they've got a kind of a figurine that they're doing here. Not sure if that is like a 3D printed or something like that. It almost looks like it is like clay, I guess. But anyways, you can check that out with Eric Huffles doing the figurines. It sounds kind of dainty there. The action figures, as it were. So there you go. There's Reed Blackett, and of course Whitney. Very cool. As always, we thank you all for your support, and keep getting the word out there. We're just a stone's throw away from 100K. So there you go. Definitely want to get art above 100K, especially if you got kind of cool little I'm gonna just call it action figures here, so that's pretty cool. I'm not sure if they move or anything like that, but very cool. Hey P Money, he says, hey Bear, working tonight, so not sure how much I'll be commenting, but glad to be here. Well, Bear is also glad to be here. A little bit, just a touch underneath the weather here. And so wasn't actually planning on doing the show, but then of course we didn't do it the last week, so I just get through some of the campaign updates. So I don't know how long. I'll figure out how long Bear will be on. Try not to clear his throat during the show here. So we'll see how it works. But yeah, definitely wanted to show back up with some of this stuff. So let me go to the next. Why am I not on here, for crying out loud? There we go, for crying out loud. I tell you what, one of these days we will do a professional show. Professional show. Not today though. Not today. There's, like you said, little bit, just a touch underneath the weather there. Oh gosh darn it, I skipped over. This is all out of order. For crying out loud. Alright, there we go. There's the thing with the thing. Alright, so FATL, or FATL as it were, Swedecast, Clint Stoker out there. He says he's got an update. I've got a new page to share. Why are we showing? What? Let's just show it. There we go. There's the new page there. Excuse me here. He says, I have a new page to share, and Charlie is doing some really fantastic work, and, ... FATL is just a few hundred away from 100K. I'm so humbled by your continued support and patience, definitely patience, on behalf of both Charlie and myself, and the Sweetcast, we sincerely thank you. It'll be worth the wait. Yeah, definitely looks like it's coming together here pretty nicely here. So definitely one of those ones to kind of look out for here. FATL or FATL. 100K. So we've actually got a number of books that are kind of like right there, kind of on the edge of 100K. So if you haven't checked out some of these books, you might be the one that actually kind of pushes them over. So definitely want to check that out. All right. Kind of skipping around here. Let's see what was. 1 second here, people. Oh, okay. Let me do that one here. Let me see if I can find it. So out of order here for some reason. I tell you what, a little bit flustered here today. All right, there we go. USAssassin. Kind of one half of the Graveyard Shift team. So Mark Polton, who does all the writing and everything, teamed up with the good Mike out there, Mike McMahon. So they did excuse me, getting them all confused here. They're doing USAssassin. Blah, blah, blah. All right, we're gonna get it here. They're doing USAssassin. It's actually called USAssassin versus a Graveyard Shift there. So interesting book. Hopefully I'll be able to check it out here pretty shortly here. He's just saying that it is winding down with a couple of hundred packages to go. And he's also going to be launching his Black Owl book. Black Owl book number 1. It launches looks like late February 25th. And of course also check out Graveyard Shift number 4. So there you go. There's a neat... Let me see if I can get the actual picture here. Oh, I don't have the picture. So, you're just going to have to enjoy it here. Pretty neat. Kind of looks like what would happen if Batman looked like an owl. There you go. Definitely comes out on the full moon. Pretty cool. Excuse me here, people. There we go. That's one of the things about feeling underneath the weather. I don't know why they say that. Maybe it should be feeling on top of the weather? I don't know. Very odd. Very odd indeed. Alright, let me get to the thing. With the thing, and then you do the thing. There we are. Another book that Bear is definitely waiting for and looking out for is Gunship Thunderpunch II from Brian Shearer out there. Let's see, he says, hi everyone, things are still moving forward and picking up speed with book 2. He acknowledges that he's a few months behind, like book number 1. And it's okay, there's a few reasons behind it. Health issues, yeah, tell Bear about it. In fact, he got the Woo flu for a second time. I'm not sure how that happens. And others involved with helping the book as well. So a little bit behind there with all that sort of stuff. Oh yeah, in fact, he says, let's see. Anyways, I'm working on making the final push to wrap things up with the next month. I'm assuming February, and just put in an updated printing quote today to get some current numbers. He says, I hear paper costs have gone up. Yes, indeed. So we'll talk about that in just a second. Anyway, some neat stuff from Brian Shearer. Definitely check out Gunship Thunderpunch. One of Bear's favorite books, like top 5 books, pretty recently here. So definitely a very good book. Kind of a very good all ages book, I guess you could say. Kind of you can enjoy it, whether you're young or just young at heart. There, so definitely check that one out. All right, let me do the thing with the thing, because speaking of paper shortage, one of the reasons that you all watch the live show here is because not necessarily what's going on, but kind of what's going to go on. So here we have something from Indie Dave Comics out of Oddity. Oddity there. He says the rumors are true. This is an update regarding the printer. It's been rumors have circulated for a while regarding the issue, and he says this is what our printer had to say. Basically, they're looking to dispatch their order on or before early February, so kind of in the next week or two. Apologies for the delay in shipping your order. Our production center, with an E, oh, for crying out loud, has been hit with a severe paper supply shortage, which has affected the industry nationwide. But we assure you that we are working as hard as we can get to get your order through and sent it out as soon as possible. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And he says, this is Indie Dave, at this point, we're going to have, all we have on order are the final proofs for us to look over. So usually the final proofs are just the one comic, maybe two if you've got like a different cover or something like that. But it's just something that the artist and the colorist and the letterist can kind of go over, and before it goes to print, just double check everything, make sure everything looks good, and is all kind of up to standard and everything. So a paper shortage, it doesn't really sound like that's the issue here. You're talking 40, 50 pages or something like that for just one book here. 100 if you do 2 books or something like that. So, that doesn't sound, it sounds like it might be something else that they're glossing over. Excuse me here. It says, I don't want to sugarcoat anything or be all doom and gloom. Oh no. I just want you all in the loop. We hope this soon blows over, but at the moment, this is where we are at. So there you go. Again, it's one of these things where if they actually kind of got it done, maybe a month or 2 earlier. Oddity had been out for quite a while, so if they just kind of hurried up and not hurried up, I should say, it's been out for a while, but if they just got stuff done maybe a month or 2 earlier, I'm sure they would have gotten into the print queue there without much issues. But yeah, unfortunately for him, it's coming up. So again, I think Oddity, of course. What was Gunship Thunderpunch? A number of the places that are going to be printing here pretty shortly, or coming up to printing. I'm sure they're going to be having some issues here. All right, let me get to the thing. Oh, by the way, here's some of the artwork from Gunship. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I didn't have any artwork from Oddity. I skipped it. I'm sorry, people. It's a little bit out of order, and of course, Bear is just a little bit flustered here. That's all right. That's right. Let's see. Oh, Jeff Potts actually backed Gunship. There you go. Let's see. Brian has been hard at work. He has been notably absent from his Discord. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's see. This is not the first time I've heard of paper shortage. You probably heard it right here from Bear. Doug wants his dinner. Oh, Dog wants his dinner. Be right back. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, Jeff. Hope the dog gets fed here. All right. And kind of like he said, it's not going to be a very long show here. Beer, just a little bit under the weather here. In fact, let me grab a drink here. There we go. All right. Actually, another book that Beer got in not that long ago. Excuse me. not that long ago is from Narwhal. It's the second of his Earthbound books. So he says it's just kind of a quick update. All let's try that again. All hardcovers are going out today and tomorrow. That was a couple days ago. Then it's on to the 1 and 2 packs next week. There's about 500 of those to do. So Bear actually got his update just the other day. He did order a hardcover. I was opening the box up and I was like, man, I could have sworn I ordered a hardcover. But yeah, apparently it came out a little bit later. That's all right. He says, then anyone who backed during fulfillment in the past couple of weeks. Then he'll do all the shirts. They came up with a kind of a neat little shirt there. I need a good weather to do this, the shirts, because the screen printing is all done outside, so I'm waiting to do those last. So we're waiting on the good weather in Portland there. So hopefully there's some sunny days in Portland during the winter there. They will be shipped separately. So there you go. I think that's a kind of a good idea. Some of the not Narwhal's campaigns, but some of the other campaigns, they get a little bit hung up. This or that is, kind of hanging up, and really, Bear's kind of saying, just ship out the book and ship out whatever you need to separately. So I'm glad to see that Narwhal's kind of doing that. He says, we'll be done, totally done in the next couple weeks, I bet. Okay. Reviews are starting to come in. People are digging it, including Bear. If you like the book, let your friends know on social media. Bear doesn't have social media. Just his email, or just his, he got the email too, but just the YouTube there. So there's that, and then also he has, as soon as Bear can bring it up here, another book. I don't know how many people got to check it out, but one of the really kind of, I wouldn't say it is Narwhal's greatest book or anything like that, but definitely very good. Excuse me here. Talking about Foreign Agent. He says the Foreign Agent is submitted to the Eisners. Very cool. He says, hello to the OG backers of Foreign Agent. Foreign Agent has become his best-selling book. Who knew? Because he continues to sell copies as add-ons on every new campaign. So if you haven't checked it out before, definitely check it out. Maybe on another campaign out there. It says it is also extremely positive word of mouth. Yeah, definitely. It is in talks to be a movie. Very cool. And get a publishing deal in Europe. Very neat. Very neat. And I just submitted it to the Eisners. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. The future is bright for this book, and thank you for backing. So there you go. Definitely would want people to check it out. Really, I mean, Bear kind of comes down on the Earthbound. Earthbound series is probably one of the better ones. 499, really kind of good. Foreign Agent, also very good. It's just, Bear kind of liked Earthbound a little bit better. Foreign Agent, not that bad or anything like that. There's nothing wrong with Foreign Agent. And actually, kind of, he had a trailer that he put out for the Foreign Agent. It actually kind of had sort of a animatic type or animation, Bear should say. So yeah, it would fit right in there with the movie. So that would be pretty cool. Talks are just talks. I mean, it's cheap to talk. Bear can tell you that. But talks are just talks. But hopefully that will kind of move along, and maybe one of these days we might actually see a Foreign Agent movie. That's pretty cool. By the way, take that. The Fandom Menace folks. I mean, they talk and complain and blah, 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 blah. Well, here we go. Narwhal, kind of one of the, I don't want to say lesser known, but up and coming comicscape artist, and actually in talks to do a movie out of his book. So, just kind of eat on that, Fandom Menace out there. Yes, indeed. Not the fans of Fandom Menace. I'm just talking about the sort of soy-based other folks out there. All right. Anyways, very cool. Another one that Bear is very much looking forward to. And by the way, just kind of as an aside here, Awesome Aaron here is just kind of doing a great job of keeping everybody up to date. I think he does a really good job of kind of, not necessarily every week or anything like that, but on a pretty regular basis here, kind of letting everybody know, okay, here's where we are in the process. So very cool. I think he's doing it better than most. Some people, have kind of big, long updates, and then you never hear from them for like weeks or months at a time. So I do kind of like the sort of continual update. I think it's pretty, unless, you got nothing really to say, but usually Awesome Aaron here usually has something to say. Alright, it says, hey everyone, good news. Dark Horse has finally got back to me and should be able to supply me with 2 more boxes of Garbage Man trade paperbacks. That would allow me to offer up to you guys another 80 copies or so. So he's trying to get the Garbage Man paperback out to people. So it's neat that he's able to do that. I'm glad that there's a demand out there as well. Pardon me. I will keep all of you posted as this continues to develop. As for Wraith of God, I'm on page 45 right now, as I continue to move through the origin story of the Wraith. I've attached a little snippet of one of the pages for you to see, and he says, thank you for your continued support of the campaign. Right now we're less than $600 away from, holy moly, $120,000. Holy moly. In the final stretch of the Ace of Spades Wraith of God playing cards. There you go. Looks like a guy that's kind of lost his head, maybe. He's definitely got. I feel kind of bad for the horse there. I mean, you got this guy that's kind of on fire, and he's right on top of the horse. The horse, he doesn't look like he's too happy about that. Not too happy at all. But that's what you get. That is the life of a horse, as it were. So there you go. Let's see. Is there any other ones that I'm missing? No, it was just Alterna that I didn't have. So here we go. Let me just get back there. Because, well, I don't know. I was kind of running out of a little bit of steam here. I do got just kind of a very basic. We try to kind of keep up to date a little bit with some of the Bitcoin / NFT stuff. A number of things to kind of go through. I'm not going to go through everything. I think just kind of the headlines will speak for themselves here. Thank you very much, VM. Let's see. It says, I like Bears news about comics. Well, that's what we're here for. That, and also talking about NFTs for some reason. I don't know why. We've kind of gotten onto that, but much like a Doberman with a juicy steak, he just can't let go. So just some of the stuff that we had from kind of the previous stuff. Talking about. Whoops! I meant to do the other one here. Talking about the OpenSea platform. It's basically kind of it's kind of counterintuitive. So you've got a sort of peer-to-peer decentralized network that is centralized through OpenSea for trading your digital monkeys out there, as it were. So kind of one of the things. I tell you what, it seems like every week here. OpenSea confirms outage after platforms report issues with displaying NFTs. So basically, it went down for a couple hours, and you couldn't look at your digital monkey. So yeah, if it's up there on the OpenSea platform, unfortunately you had some issues there. So that's kind of what it is. Basically, kind of Bears kind of thought through all this is kind of letting everybody know that hey, just be very careful out there. Be aware of what if you're just a regular consumer, not necessarily an artist or anything like that. Excuse me here. So just trying to let everybody know about some of the. You get some of the channels and it's all rah. Well, there's another side to all this sort of stuff. And also, let's see, the first one, I'm sorry, people, the first one was from ZDNet, and of course from the pinkos over there at Vice, but they got some good stuff every once in a while. Scammers exploit Sea Flaw to buy NFTs at rock bottom prices. The guy tweeted out, I've just lost an ape, I'm crying. How did that happen? A tweeter tweeted a user whose NFT was bought for still way overpriced, $1,750, and resold for nearly $200,000. So, kind of a very not necessarily a hack. Like they said, it was kind of a flaw in there where if you listed something and then took it down but didn't delist it from the blockchain, somebody could kind of come in and accept the original offer that you thought that you had removed. Maybe some years back or something like that. Now your ape is going for $200,000, and all you got was $1,700 out of it, which still that's probably about about $1,700 more than Bear would pay. So anyways, I didn't want to go through all that. Like you said, a little bit under the weather here, so might call it here just a little bit shortly, unless anybody has any questions out there for good old Bear here. But yeah, I will try to. I've been. The guy's name was T-Baller who lost all his stuff. So I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at the loss or anything. I just think that's funny. We'll try and leave that in the description. Haven't been doing that lately, but need to be doing that. Also, if you haven't checked out Bear's second channel, Barely Live, just kind of like the title here, just without the little hash in the little dash there. Barely Live, you can go back and look at some of the older episodes on the other channel. We're gonna go ahead and I've got it up to about December now, so probably once we get all caught up, I'm gonna go ahead and start delisting some of the live stuff on this channel. The previous live stuff. I'm still gonna do the live stuff here, but some of the previous live shows, we're just going to put them onto the other channel there. So if you want, do check out Barely Live, just without the dash in there, and do check it out. I hope you're able to subscribe and everything. Let's see. Hey Bear, are you the one spreading the rumor that NFT stands for? Oh my goodness. No, that's not. That is not what Bear is trying to go for. It might have been 4chan. That might have been 4chan. No, Bear's just trying to say, hey, just keep an eye out for some of these stuff out there. Like he said, this guy T-Baller here had bought one of the very expensive Bored Apes out there for who knows how much, but it sold for very, very, very cheap, and the guy resold it for nearly $200,000. So, yeah, unfortunately, some of that stuff's happened. Poor old Gary Shipman out there has been kind of snake bitten here off of some of the NFT stuff. So even some of the artists out there might get a little bit snake bitten, as it were, from some of this stuff. So just trying to let people know to be very cautious, especially when you're spending nearly $200,000 for a digital monkey, for crying out loud. People, why would you do that? All right. Well, anyways, like he said, that was kind of the long and the short of what he was trying to do last week, but couldn't get around the old Wi-Fi for some reason. So that's why it's labeled Take Two here. There we go. They say that NFTs are white supremacists. Really? Well, much like I suppose the truckers up there in Canada that are surrounding the capital, a bunch of foreign agents, as it were, from Russia. So there you go. No, again, I'm not. I think the time to buy NFTs was very early. 2021, maybe 2020. I think that time has passed. I think a lot of the stuff is basically flooding the market, and I've been trying to explain to other people out there, kind of this sort of idea. Oh, Bear, how dare you talk about blockchain and be down on it? Don't you know it's the greatest thing ever? I'm sure there's some uses out of the blockchain, but they're not right away. So Bear was trying to explain it as sort of, if you think of the blockchain as sort of maybe some fancy piece of equipment. So like a jet airplane or a jet engine, for example. Let's just say that the Bitcoin was a jet engine. And your best use case for this jet engine was that you were going to very, very, very quickly be able to roast your marshmallows. Now, could you roast your marshmallows on a jet engine? Of course you could. It's horribly inefficient. It's probably not what it should be used for. You should probably put it in maybe a airplane or maybe a sort of power supply so you could power something. That would be great use cases. I think people using NFTs on the blockchain are kind of the equivalent of using a jet engine to kind of roast your marshmallows. Could you do it? Sure. Could you spend a lot of money doing it? Of course you can. Is it the proper use for the technology? Probably not. And then, people out there, trying to figure out what the use case is for some of this stuff. So I think people need to kind of wait it out just a little bit. Bear should probably just do a third channel. Just call it the Bitcoin Bear. I probably should have done that maybe 2 months ago. I would have called the whole downturn in the or in the whole market here as far as cryptos go. All right. Anyways, not sure how many people are tuning into the show to just hear about the crypto world out there. So, anyways, Bear's probably gonna go ahead end it here a little bit early, like you said, just a little bit under the weather here, but kind of wanted to close the loop on what we were doing on Wednesday here. Had some issues here with the Wi-Fi, so hopefully that turned out properly. So once again, I want to thank everybody out there that stopped by. I hope Jeff Potts' dog got fed. He never showed back up. Maybe bit the hand that fed him. You never know. Good old P Money out there working away. Hopefully he's out there supporting our fringe minority of truckers up there in the Canadian wilderness. Yes, indeed. All right, well, and also VM, good to have you here as well. And of course, all the lurkers out there. Do appreciate it. A distinct lack of Russian bots this time. I'm kind of disappointed about that. All right, well, hopefully Bear will be in full form next time. Hopefully, we do this show on Wednesdays and Saturdays, usually about 8 o'clock or so. So hopefully able to see some of you guys then. Once again, sorry about the short show here. Bear just kind of a little under the weather and didn't want to push it too much. So I appreciate you guys coming out. And you know what? All this talk about NFTs, all this talk about, I tell you what, comic updates and everything, it's made Bear a little bit hungry, so he's gonna head back in, of course. Gosh dang it. Good to see you here, Jiminy. Good to see Jiminy. Just as he was about to sign off, Jiminy decides to show up and say hello. So, good to see Jiminy here. If you haven't checked out Jiminy's channel, please do so. He's doing some great work over there, drawing some interesting stuff. I think, if I recall correctly, doing some commissions there. So definitely check out some of his work. Actually, Bear has his what was it? The Yogi Bear. He's got the Yogi Bear up in a special place here in the cave. So there you go. Jimmy Cricket says, "Dang it, I missed most of the Comics Bear show. Better get soon." Oh, get better soon. Oh, well, thank you so much, Jimmy. Yeah, I was just about to sign off here, but yeah, definitely check out Jiminy's channel, and also I think Jeff Potts also has a book out. I'm sorry, Jeff, I don't know the name of the book right off the top of my head here, but definitely check out Jeff Potts. I think it's some sort of swords and sandals book, so there you go. Definitely check that one out. Everybody's got stuff coming out. Bear needs to do his kind of memoirs or something like that, and put out a book of Bear's memoirs. It'd be mainly just, a bear dug through the trash this day, a bear scared away the postman that day. Usually that sort of stuff. It'd be kind of repetitive, but you never know. All right, well, once again, let's see. Extend the stream for another 2 hours so I can catch up. Jimmy, probably didn't hear before, but yeah, Bear was a little bit under the weather here. Kind of got the scratchy throat, and been doing pretty good, but yeah, had to mute every once in a while here to do the cough or the throat clear or something like that. So we are trying to do a professional show here, but I didn't want to be coughing into the bike. So, yeah, gonna cut it a little bit short. Buy more art from me so I can use the rest of my tape. Bear's Nemesis. Bear's Nemesis. Urgh. The tape. The tape, I tell you what, that's why Bear did not order anything else from Jiminy. No, I kid. Beer kids, Jiminy, beer kids. Alright, well, once again, all this talk. Ah, man, I'm almost out of breath here. All this talk of all sorts of stuff has once again made Bear hungry. So unless anybody else is going to jump in at the last second here, we're just going to head back into the woods. So until next time, everybody.